on controlling your emotions, a comprehensive examination. Emotions are an integral part of human life. They greatly influence our thoughts, behaviors, and relationships with others. Therefore, learning to control our emotions is of great importance, both personally and socially. Stoic philosophy argues that emotions can be controlled, and that a happier and more virtuous life is possible through this control. In this context, we will examine the following steps in detail to learn to control emotions within the Stoic framework. Being aware of your emotions. The first step to controlling emotions is to be aware of them. When we experience an emotion, we first need to identify which emotion we are experiencing and the source of that emotion. To do this, it is important to observe ourselves and pay attention to changes in our bodies, thoughts, and behaviors. The following methods can be used to develop awareness of emotions. Keeping an emotion journal. Recording the emotions you experience each day and their triggers in a journal is an effective way to develop awareness of your emotions. Meditating. Regular meditation can help you better observe and be aware of your emotions and thoughts. Body language. Awareness. Observing how you feel emotions in your body and understanding how your body language betrays your emotions can help you develop awareness of your emotions. Controlling your thoughts. Emotions and thoughts are closely linked. Negative thoughts can lead to negative emotions. Therefore, to control emotions, it is also necessary to control thoughts. The following methods can be used to control thoughts. Identifying negative thought patterns. It is important to identify your negative thoughts and the beliefs behind them, and to question whether they are realistic. Rational thinking techniques. You can replace negative thoughts with more realistic and positive thoughts using rational thinking techniques such as cognitive restructuring. Redirecting your attention. When you get stuck on negative thoughts, it can be helpful to redirect your attention elsewhere, such as focusing on your breath or engaging in an activity. Developing coping strategies for emotions. Being aware of emotions and controlling thoughts are the first steps in managing emotions. However, in some cases, emotions can be intense and difficult to control. In such cases, it is necessary to use various strategies to cope with emotions. The following methods can be used to cope with emotions. Deep breathing. When dealing with intense emotions like anger or stress, deep breathing can help you calm down and control your emotions. Physical activity. Regular exercise can help reduce stress and better manage your emotions. Relaxation techniques. You can calm your emotions using relaxation techniques such as yoga, meditation, or muscle relaxation. Getting support. If you are struggling to cope with your emotions, do not hesitate to seek support from a psychologist or counselor. Stoic philosophy's views on emotions. According to Stoic philosophy, emotions are divided into two categories. Natural emotions. These are emotions that arise from our bodily needs, such as hunger, thirst, and cold. Passionate emotions. These are emotions that are more difficult to control, such as anger, fear, and sadness. The Stoics argue that passionate emotions can be controlled by our will and reason. However, this control does not mean completely ignoring passionate emotions. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the natural functions of emotions. For example, anger can help us take action in the face of danger, while fear can help us be careful of potential dangers. However, it is an unwanted situation for these emotions to get out of our control and lead us to make wrong decisions or behaviors. Stoicism teaches us to be aware of the signal that passionate emotions give us and to respond to this signal rationally. For example, in a situation where you are angry, instead of yelling at the other person as a first reaction, you can take a deep breath and calm down and question the source of your anger. In a situation where you are afraid, instead of surrendering to fear, you can analyze the source of your fear and evaluate the situation more objectively and make a rational decision. Benefits of controlling your emotions. There are many benefits to learning to control our emotions. Some of these are healthier relationships. When we can control our emotions, we can be more calm, respectful, and understanding in our relationships with people. This allows us to build healthier and more satisfying relationships. Reduced stress levels. Developing emotional control skills helps reduce our stress levels. When we do not succumb to our emotions, we become more resistant to situations that cause stress. Better decision making. Emotional control helps us make more rational decisions. Decisions made under the influence of intense emotions, such as anger, fear, or excitement, are often hasty and likely to be wrong. Increased happiness and life satisfaction. Continued. When we can control our emotions, we are happier and more satisfied with our lives. Because the ability to control our mood allows us to stay positive even in the face of negative events. Learning to control your emotions is a continuous process. Learning to control your emotions is not something that can be achieved in one go. It is a process that requires constant learning and practice. In some situations, our emotions may challenge us, and we may lose control. In such cases, it is important not to give up and keep learning. Every negative experience can be seen as a lesson on the way to better knowing and controlling our emotions. Words and stories of Stoic philosophers. Stoic philosophy offers many valuable tips on emotional control. Here are some quotes and stories from Stoic philosophers on the subject. Seneca: "It is easier to endure pain than injustice, for pain is a sensation of the body, while injustice is an outrage of the reason." This quote emphasizes that pain is a natural emotion and that it is always possible to endure it. What matters is to give a rational response to this pain. Epictetus: "Happiness depends on internal factors, not external ones." This quote reminds us that control of our emotions is related to our own thoughts and behaviors rather than external events. Marcus Aurelius: "The most important thing is to control your thoughts. Everything else follows from them." This quote draws attention to the impact of our thoughts on our emotions. By controlling our thoughts, we can also control our emotions. These quotes and stories can inspire us on the subject of emotional control and help us develop ourselves. Practical exercises to develop emotional control skills. In addition to the methods mentioned above, you can regularly do the following practical exercises to develop emotional control skills. Identify triggers. Identify situations and people that typically make you angry, sad, or scared. By observing these triggers, you can learn to prepare yourself before being triggered. The observer self-exercise. While experiencing your emotions, perceive yourself as if you are observing from the outside. This exercise can prevent your emotions from completely taking over you and can give you a more rational perspective. Stoic journaling habit. Write down the events you experience each day and your reactions to them in a journal. By reading these journal entries later, you can see in which situations you were successful in controlling your emotions and in which situations you struggled. This way, you can identify areas where you can improve yourself. Reading Stoic texts. Reading the works of Stoic philosophers allows you to learn about their emotional control techniques. The advice and stories in these works can inspire you and guide you on your own journey. Role-playing. Practice by role-playing scenarios that challenge you. For example, you can try role-playing how to stay calm during an argument or how to respond constructively to criticism. These kinds of exercises can make you more prepared for real-life situations. Conclusion. Learning to control our emotions, although a challenging process, is a very important step on the journey of personal development. Stoic philosophy offers us valuable advice on emotional control. By learning to be aware of our emotions, manage our thoughts, develop coping strategies for emotions, and internalize Stoic principles, it is possible to lead a healthier, happier, and more virtuous life. Remember, learning to control your emotions requires constant effort and practice. However, you will be rewarded for this effort with a more peaceful and balanced life. This section provides a comprehensive examination of learning to control your emotions. I hope this information guides you and helps you in your personal development.